What's up out there, friends and family? It's your boy, the motivational teacher to the masses, again with another edition of Motivational Monday. Woo! I want to thank you all for chiming in here tonight. Where's my hungry at? I said every Motivational Monday, I can't wait to see who's ready to click the button to see what the motivational teacher is talking about tonight. If you would, for everybody who's doing replay, if you for all our replayers, give me about 30 seconds so I can share this to all my social media outlets. And if you're out there, I'm starting to see the eyes starting to come on. If you would, holler at your boy. Let me know you out there. We're streaming on 3 platforms tonight. Hey, Vaniqua, thank you for joining us. We're on Facebook, YouTube, and Periscope tonight. Hey, holler at your boy if you're out there. Let me know you out there and what you're doing. Thank you, Vaniqua. Hope you're having a happy Monday. And I'm about to share this to all my social media outlets. And if you would also, please share this as well, man. Tonight is going to be some good bread breaking. And tonight I'm reading a book, and I'm just going to share from my overflow of what I'm getting from this book. So if you all would, give me about 30 seconds as I share this to all my social media outlets. And then if you would, it would be of great pleasure, and it will help out a lot if you would share or invite 4 or 5 friends right now to join you as well, because tonight is going to be phenomenal. I told you that right now we're working more with our humanity, and it's about us moving ourselves from a position of where I've been for a while, or trying to see areas of my life where I need to improve, to now seeing not huge improvements overnight, but incrementally I'm getting better every day. That's the name of this game. And tonight, I want to share some strategies in order to elevate you. Yup, holler at your boy out there. Hey, Rajetta, thank you for inviting Angel. Rashard, thank you for putting those invites out there. If you would, I'm starting to see YouTube starting to light up over here. If you would, YouTube, invite a couple of people to join. I'm going to share this to one more outlet, and we're going to get ready to go to this bread breaking. All right, one more. 2 minutes in, right on time. Right on time. All right, let's get to it. Let's get to it. It's your boy, the motivational teacher to the masses, bringing you another edition of Motivational Monday. Y'all better go ahead and tell your mama and them, grandmama and them, they better hop on here, because he is about to break bread. Tonight, I want to encourage you. Hey, what's up, Rashard? Thank you for joining us, bro. I want to encourage you tonight. Tonight, I want to talk about elevate you. What's up, Angelique? Tonight, I want to talk about elevating you. I love that word, elevate. Just listen to that. I just listen to that word, because I want us to start thinking on those levels. I'm not thinking about all the things that can go wrong in my life. I'm thinking about how many ways can I be elevated. I'm not concerned about what went wrong yesterday. I am always looking to see how can I elevate. I'm not overly concerned what people said about me and where I am, where I was yesterday. What's up, Marcus? Thank you for joining us. But I'm more concerned about how do I get to the next level in life. See, ladies and gentlemen, it's nobody else's job in your life to elevate you. Elevating you is a game between you versus you. I'm about to break bread. Elevating is you versus you. Thank you for joining us, Beverly. It's you versus you. I can't blame my mom on what happened 20 years ago. I can't blame my dad what happened 15 years ago. Elevating me it has to be my own priority in my life. And some people say, man, that's selfish. Why should I focus on me? Because a better you makes a better husband. A better you makes a better wife. A better you makes a better boss or a better employee. So elevating you, investing in you, is the one thing that you can do to guarantee the people around you that they get the better version of you. Some people, they tell you how it's selfish for you to focus on your own self-development. They tell you it's wrong for you to put yourself as a priority in your own calendar. I just broke bread for some of y'all. You got to write your thinking time in your calendar. And they tell you, you shouldn't do that. You should do everything else for your spouse and for your kids and for everybody around you, but never prioritize you. I'm telling you, that thinking is flawed. Yeah, I'm going to break bread tonight. Elevating you is all about you making yourself a priority in your own schedule. I'm not saying that you go out and buy a Bentley. I'm not saying that you go out and buy a Louis Vuitton. I'm not saying that you prioritize yourself in that way to where I'm being selfish with the resources around me, but I am going to be selfish about me growing me. I have to write time in my calendar every day for me to be able to grow me. I can't be in a position where I give of myself so much that there's nothing left for me to give, that I give so much that I'm left empty. Because some of you all know, like I know, there's not many people that pour back into you. Like people always need something for you, but how often are people trying to pour back in you? I love this community right here because I know you all know what I'm talking about out there. That if you don't make yourself a priority, and then if you don't start inking yourself in your own schedule, then there's no room for you to elevate you. You spend your life elevating others and you yourself left empty. I love it that my boy Paul said, I run this race so at the end of it that I might succeed. Like I ain't just running this race like I'm exempt from the prize at the end. I'm running this race as I'm one in the same competition as you all are. We're all running the same race, not necessarily a competition, but we're all in this game that we call life. And life, man, I love the way Les Brown said it. You're either coming in a storm, you're either going out of a storm, or you're in the middle of a storm. Life in itself is going to bring you twists and turns. And that if we're not building ourselves, that when life throws us a curveball, sometimes it may frustrate us. We get quick tempers. We want to snap at people. We get outside of our true character because I have spent no time to elevate me. I love it. My one scripture, he said, told the disciple, he said, come up hither so I can show you things. Peter, James, and John, you come go a little higher. What was he doing to them? He was saying, hey, let me elevate you. Moses, come up a little higher. What was he saying, Moses? Elevate you. He said, come here, let me elevate you. Being elevated, true discipleship, true mentorship is growth at the foundation of what it is. It's about the elevation of an individual from one mindset to the next. Sure, I can give you $100,000 to elevate you, or I can do like the government is doing right now, is that I can give you stimulus check, or I can give you a stimulus that only elevates you for a moment, or I can help you change your mind that elevates you for a lifetime. I just broke bread right there. Most of us want a fiscal or financial stimulus, but at the same time, if we elevate me, if I elevate my mind, if I elevate what I have, I elevate all the resources around me. That's the challenge, I think, as the motivational teacher and as a coach of a Fortune 100 company, is that most people don't see that the problems that we face in our life is because I'm playing below where I'm supposed to be mentally. I just broke bread right there. Changing my mind. Come on. I just broke bread right there. The challenges that we face in our life, how can I say this? The challenges that we face in our life just shows that our elevation point is not where it needs to be. Some of the challenges we had 5 years ago, we should not be running into those same challenges today. We should not be running into, I'm breaking bread right now. We shouldn't be running through some of those same challenges that I saw 5 years ago. If I'm experiencing the same problems from 5 years ago and I'm handling them the same way, that means I have not grown in that area in 5 years. I told you all about when I was trying to be promoted in the secular company, and I went 6 years trying to be promoted, never being promoted. Why? Because I was insecure, and I felt like in the room I had to let everybody know what I knew. And all at the root of what I was doing was insecurity. It wasn't the fact that they didn't want to promote me. I could have said it because I was black. I could have said it because I'm 6'7", I'm intimidated. I could have made up a whole host of reasons in my mind as to why they wouldn't. But at the root of the foundation of why I wasn't being promoted was because my root was wrong. I was insecure, and I was crying out from insecurity. And it took me some time to understand that, Anthony, this is a growth opportunity. Instead of seeking for information so you can tear it down, seek for information so you can grow from it. What's up, Juan? Thank you for joining us tonight, bro. We're about to break some bread. Tonight, we're talking about elevating you. We have to seek information so we can learn, baby. I love that, Vanika. You do an awesome job tying in past messages with the one we have today. Learn, baby, learn so that you can earn, baby, earn. Stole that from MLK. You know, anytime you quote the doctor, that's good stuff. And so it's not the fact that the world is trying to beat you up. It's the fact that the world has unlimited resources that it's trying to unleash to you. What's up, Rod? Thank you for joining us. That it's trying to release to you, but you're not mentally in a place to where you've elevated yourself enough that those resources can be released. I'm telling you, they are already created. The money that you need, it has already been created and has your name on it. The building that you need has already been released and already has your name on the lease. Whatever area that you need in your life, it has already been provided and has your name on it. But we have to elevate to a point to where I can discern how to receive it. If I give you a debit card worth $100,000 and I say, figure out the code, how long would you sit there and try to go through and try all these different numbers, 4432172, try all these different years? Man, most of us would sit there and go through every known possibility that we can to see which 4-digit code unlocks that 100 grand. What I'm telling you right here today, that there's 100 grand on the inside of you. There's 100,000 on the inside of you. There's a $10 million idea on the inside of you, but we have to elevate our mind. We have to punch the codes to figure out which one works. What does that look like in everyday living, motivational teacher? That looks like me developing my mind and elevating my mind to the point that I can receive. Come up hither so I can show you things to come. That's what he said. Come up hither. And every situation, everything that we go through is an opportunity to elevate you. I just broke bread right there. Every situation, everything that you go through is a situation to elevate you. It was never meant to hurt you. It was never meant to kill you. It was never meant for you to have an emotional breakdown. It was never meant for you to carry it the way you have for the last 15 years. It was never meant for you to have to suffer through it. It was always meant for you to meet it with a growth mindset and overcome it. I remember, man, and you know, thanks to Stephen Jobs, and I'm saying that to say this, that there is a $10 million, $25 million idea on the inside of you. I love it, Vanika. Your problems are only temporary. That there's an idea on the inside of you. The reason why Derek Chauvin was found guilty last week was because of Stephen Jobs and his Apple sales phone. That's the reason why Derek Chauvin was found guilty, because Stephen Jobs had, I don't know how much Apple is worth now, a multi-billion-dollar idea on the inside of him. And now that one idea that he had is the same reason why we saw one of the biggest convictions that none of us thought was going to happen, was all because somebody captured it on camera. That's why he was found guilty. And my questions to us is, what do we have on the inside of us that's meant to change and impact society in the way that it had, that Stephen Jobs just did a few days ago? What idea do we have that's supposed to be passed to the next generation? And most of the stuff that we do and most of the impact that we have, we might not see it on this side of the dirt, but nonetheless, it follows us wherever we go. Man, I'm breaking bread right now. Elevate you. Elevate you is not my spouse's job to elevate me. It's my own sole responsibility to make sure I'm more valuable to the people around me. I just broke bread. Elevate you. And tonight I want to pull from, I'm reading a book, The 7 Principles of Transformational Leadership by Hugh Blaine. And I want to pull from that book tonight. So I'm going to sit here, I'm going to go directly putting the motivational teacher spin on these things. And he talked about, this is my words right here. He didn't call it this, but he called it the project principle. I'm calling it the 5 strategies to elevate your life and business. All right. Let me set something up right quick, though, before I even get into that. Some of us are looking for ways to elevate my business. Some of us are looking for ways to elevate, my career on my secular job. Some of us are looking for different strategies, or are looking for ways to get to the next level. And we sit there and we look at the job, and we're trying to figure out which way on the job we can manipulate the system to matriculate through the system. And I'm telling you right here tonight, that if you want to elevate yourself, if you want to elevate your business, or you're looking to elevate on your job, focus on you. Focus on growing you. Focus on you reading books, and you watching YouTube clips, and you growing yourself. If you focus on you, I gotta break bread right now, you automatically grow the business. Because when you have new ideas, when you have new thinking, every time you add information, oh my God, I'm about to break bread. Every time you add information and you add understanding, it creates new synapses across your brain that fire. That when you take an old idea and you introduce a new idea and you intertwine them two, you come up with something cataclysmic that can change the whole world. But it all starts because I decided to focus and elevate me. Listen, I'm telling you what I know. Promotion has very little to do with the job and more to do with your information, or all you're get understanding, your knowledge and understanding about what you do. If you upgrade and elevate you in that area, you change the people around you with new ideas, modern thinking. I'm telling you, everything that you see right now, in 5 years, the technology that we have today is going to be obsolete. They're going to be brand new Airbnbs. It's not going to be called Airbnb. It's going to be a new idea. This whole tech world that we hit in Y2K, when 2000, when everything was changing, in 2020. And guess what? It's going to continue to evolve. It's going to continue change. Why not you be a part of the change and not just living in the past? The challenge with most of us is we only want to do things like we did them in the past. Well, my grandmama did it like that. My daddy did it like that. And I'm going to do it like that. Why don't you be a part of the innovative change? All of this stuff are the people who have invested in their mindset. They have invested into their thoughts, and they've invested themselves into whatever it is they're giving themselves to in order to change it for the future. Be a part of that new generation of change. But that requires that I elevate my mind, that I elevate my thinking. Somebody holler at your boy out there. I'm breaking bread right now. Listen, man, there are thoughts right now on the inside of you. You haven't even thought your best thoughts for yet. You haven't even had your brightest light bulb go off in your brain yet. You haven't even. But why? Because it requires that I spend time growing and elevating me. I'm telling you, you have not. Your best days are on the other side, or are coming in your future. Your better thoughts are coming in your future. Why? Because you're investing in you and you're elevating you. And those are the people. I'm telling you what I know. In 5 years, the future millionaires or the future billionaires are going to be the people that have ideas. It's not going to be the people that's physically putting hands to it every day. It's going to be the people with the ideas are going to be the people that's going to lead the way for the future. I'm challenging you right now. Yeah, go ahead and get you one of those medical pads, Vaniqua. It's out there for you, because those are going to be the people that are going to lead the world. Not the people that's looking to do to put their hands to everything. It's the people with the idea that find the people who can execute it. Those are going to be your leaders in the next 5 years. If we just think we're going to work our way to freedom, we're not going to work. There were only so many that Grandma Moses could take through the Underground Railroad. There were only so many that she could take to freedom. But the Emancipation Proclamation, and it's funny that Dr. Martin Luther King, with his microphone, he shot down Jim Crow and started changing things from the surround sound level. Now, I love what Grandma Moses did, and what she did was impactful for the time. But I'm telling you, taking one at a time is not going to get you to where you want to go. You have to have this surround sound and use your influence. And use your influence to create the change that you want to see in this world. One by, man, I'm telling you, we got to think bigger than one by one. I know. They said Noah let them in 2 by 2. Then if that was back then, BC, then we should definitely be thinking like multiplication right now. We should definitely be thinking multiplication on our minds and not so much thinking like physically, what can I do? It's about now, how do I engage my mind to gain more influence? To gain more influence. Thank you for joining us, Lisa. To gain more influence, to be in a position that now I can move the world because of my surround sound. I call it surround sound. When I'm doing more, when I got a lot going on, I got 4 or 5 things going on, and it's starting to build. I'm building this momentum, and now it's surround sound because there's people of influence now connected to it, and we're moving things along down the road to change this world. Like I love the work that Stacey Abrams is doing in Atlanta. I put that in the surround sound column. Yes, does Stacey have to get people out to the polls? Yes. Is Stacey going knocking door by door to see how many can Stacey get to the polls? No. Stacey Abrams and the work she's doing in Atlanta is based on surround sound and finding people who help support the vision in order to change the outcome of the presidential election and in the Senate. Why? Because she's using her platform, her surround sound, to galvanize people in order to work for a specific cause. I just broke bread. One by one, Stacey Abrams does not possess the capability to knock on every door around Metro Atlanta and say, hey, you going to the polls? Hey, you going to the polls? Hey, you going to the polls? No, but she used, I'm going to say it this way, but she used her bully pulpit. She saw a problem because she lost the mayoral election. She saw a problem and she started creating solutions. It was her ideas that made those wins possible. And my question is to us is what problems do we see that we face, and we're not creating solution, we're focused on the problem. All we can speak is the problem, but Stacey Abrams decided to go find solutions. And I'm challenging us to see the problem and create that pattern, like Vaniqua just said, to solve a problem. I'm breaking bread right now. I'm right on time. I'm 20 minutes in, and I've set you up to see why you need to stay here the next 20 minutes to get 5 strategies to elevate you or to elevate your business. Again, this is coming from the seven principles of transformational leadership by Hugh Blaine. Come on, Lisa, we're going to do some bread breaking. 5 strategies to elevate you and your business. Because, man, I can't go into another discourse, but I do want to let you know that there's something in your life that cannot be separated from you. Your gifting, what you're supposed to be doing on this earth, can never be separated from you. When I say Anita Baker, you know what I'm talking about. Singing, boy, singing. You cannot separate Anita Baker from her singing. There's no way you can separate Steve Harvey from his comedy. Why? Because what you came to do is a part of who you are. Think about all the greats. Stephen Jobs and his innovation. Think about a lot of the greats that came along. It was that thing that they did is the reason why we remember them. We don't remember them because they were so charming. We don't remember them because they were so good looking. We remember the impact that they left on the world. We remember Prince. We remember the days. I can tell you what we can do at the moment when Tupac got shot. I can tell you what I was doing when that came at the football game when Tupac had got shot. Why? Because his work is his legacy. And I'm telling you, that's something that you're supposed to have on the inside of you that I can't separate. That's why I call it 5 strategies to elevate you and your business, because there's something you're supposed to be doing that I can't separate you from it. The masses, you can't separate me from breaking this bread. Now, I do multiple things, but you can't separate me from what I've been put on earth to do. And I'm telling you, until you find that thing, maybe these strategies don't work for you. Because many people, not y'all, I know these eyes looking at me, but many people are only out there merely existing and not living because they're living the majority of their week in a place they hate, doing things they hate. They don't know living. These 5 strategies I'm about to give, they're not alive in that person's life because they only work in a job. There's no true connection to the great I am with what they're doing for an awakened I am. The moment you start investing your awakened I am into something 40 hours a week is the moment you say, okay, I'm walking into true freedom. Whom the sun set who the sun set free is free indeed. True freedom is being able to do what you love and get paid for it. You don't work in that case. And so when I said 5 strategies to elevate you and your business, I'm talking one and the same. You cannot elevate the business without first elevating you. I just broke bread. All right. Strategy number one. Strategy number one is act smaller. Listen to your boy. And then the author went on to say the number one problem people run into when it comes to doing transformational work is that they get caught up in the urgencies of the day and lose sight of one small thing that they could do each day to achieve a bigger tomorrow. Act smaller. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Stop being, I have to say this to myself, stop being so critical of yourself. Stop being so critical of your kids. And when I'm talking to you, I'm talking to me. Greatness is birthed one day at a time. Every day you wake up, hey, mom, the rent is due. The question is, am I running and chasing every dog that barks, or am I focused on what I must improve upon today? That's what the author said. What specifically am I going to do to make sure that my tomorrow is better than my today? How am I going to invest my time to ensure that I get a future return? How am I going to, what people do I choose to invest myself into today that I know I'm going to get a return? Like if you're having the same conversation with the same person 3 years in a row and no change has come in that person, change where you invest your time. Because where you invest, this is a whole nother Motivational Monday. Just know that wherever I invest, I will get a harvest. Now, whether the harvest look like what you expect for it to look like, it is up to you. Because if I keep investing my time into somebody that don't want to change, it's always going to frustrate what you've been called to do. Or if I'm investing my money in a place with no return, it's only going to frustrate you. And eventually, we start developing a mindset that says, man, this doesn't work. And we spend more time focusing on the problem than we do the solution. And herein becomes the problem. I'm not saying, when the author is saying act smaller, when I say I think act smaller, I'm thinking about improvement doesn't happen over a week. Improvement happens over a lifetime. Just because I got it wrong today doesn't mean I'm going to get it wrong tomorrow. I may have missed the mark 5 times in a row, but it does not mean that I'm not capable of changing and winning. It does not mean that. And I think too many of us, we start a thing and we never stick with it long enough to learn the principles that we need in order for it to become successful. But motivational teacher, I'm not supposed to be doing that. But what you learn from it carries over to whatever you choose to do. Self-improvement is a lifelong journey. It's a lifelong process. And that's why I said we can't be so self-critical of ourselves when I tried and it doesn't work. I remember in 2016, my wife and I, we did our first data dream. Our first data dream, we had, it might have been, 30 people there. It was a success. We were riding high. We did our second data dream. And I remember 2 people showed up. That's when we were first starting. Nobody was calling us. I wasn't getting speaking engagement. We weren't doing things. We would do our own. I remember the second one we did. 2 people showed up. 2 people showed up. And we had personal relationships with each one of them. And they sat there for us. And I remember, I'm like, man, like we went from like having a little hotel room that seats 20 till it was sold out to going to another place. We got a bigger venue. We drove 2 hours and we did all those different things. And it just did not work. It just did not work. But it's not to say that it's not going to ever work, because we did one more, another sellout. And that's what I'm saying. Because it doesn't work once doesn't mean that you're not supposed to be doing it. It just means that I have to learn from what just took place so I can improve and be better tomorrow. Incremental, ladies and gentlemen. This race is not given to the swift nor the strong, but it's given to the one who can endure for the lifelong process. Stop being so harsh to yourself and stop judging yourself based on somebody else's journey. Stop judging your journey based on, well, E.T. did it, and in 5 years, E.T. had blew up. My journey and Eric Thomas's journey are completely different. What his eyes have seen, what his mind comprehend, what thoughts he thinks are all based on his life story. My pattern is all based on what thoughts I think, what ideas I have, what my eyes see, and my journey is based on my great I am is awakening my I am. It's based on my journey. There's no two journeys that's the same. I was talking to a coach today and I was telling him about my kids. Both of my kids growing up in the same house, but they are completely different with their approach to the game. One approaches it with consistency and discipline. The other one approaches it like, this is just fun for me. You know what I'm saying? So their approach is different to the game. It just is. I'm the same house. So how am I going to compare my journey with a motivational speaker that is from Detroit, that took 12 years to finish college, or that slept in cars on the road? That's not my story. I never slept in a car on the road. It did not take me 12 years to finish a degree. It took me 4. So my story and his story is completely different. And so there's no way that I can compare my journey to his journey. I love listening to him, but his journey is his journey and my journey is my journey. And I'm in love with what I'm doing. And I'm in love with how the great I am has awakened my I am through this process. I'm okay with taking the road that is less traveled. I'm okay doing it the way I'm confident in the way that the great I am has awakened my I am to do motivational teaching. I'm okay that I might not be everybody's cup of tea, but I thoroughly enjoy and love the authentic person that I've become through this process. And it's just a matter of time before the masses come through. I'm telling you right now, when y'all see me, man, when y'all see me, every Mondays, and Vanika will know it too. I go back and listen to myself 4 and 5 times, and I critique myself. Okay, Aunt, how can I be better? What did I completely lay out a complete idea or thought in this conversation? And I'm always looking to grow. Why? Because the depth. Listen, greatness is in the details. If you're never a detail-oriented person, if you're a big picture person and not pay attention to the details, greatness ain't in your future. You have to understand, act smaller. Did I give, like I listen to myself and I judge my conversations on these Motivational Mondays. I judge them in 5 different ways. And I look at, did you give a great opening? And did you give a compelling story? And were you transparent? Were you transparent? Did you allow people to glean from your own experience to see? Because there's so many of us that feel defeated when an idea doesn't work. Did you allow people to glean from your life? And were you too proud to tell that whole story? Were you afraid of what people were going to say when you didn't tell that complete story? I'm always listening and critiquing myself act smaller, for small increments. I went to I'm a John Maxwell certified speaker trainer coach. I have always been awed by the way John Maxwell speaks, and I consider him a mentor of mine. And so I went to his conference in Orlando, and I went and he gave his algorithm to a speech. And John Maxwell is so detailed. We see him speaking on the stage, but he has it written down in story, point, elaboration, story, point. Like he has it laid down to the T. Every I dotted, every T crossed of what he's doing. You don't get that over 5 years of learning and speaking. You get that over investing 30 years of your life into something. My question is, what are we investing our life into? Come on, Juan. I'm going to break bread. 5 strategies to elevate you in your business. Number 1, act smaller. Look for different ways to improve the process of which you do things. Look for small incremental steps. Right now, I'm only focusing on right now delivering a compelling opener. My question is to you all, same thing. What one thing are you working on to improve the process of which you do your thing? Whatever your thing is, I said thing. I know I went to Vanderbilt, but I said thing. Whatever your thing is, how are you improving your thing? Act smaller. The author goes on to say, number 2, master your mindset. Master your mindset. He said, leaders choose carefully the thoughts they allow to permeate their thinking and master their internal dialogue that they have with themselves. Master your number two, master your mindset. Man, the only things that make you you is your own mind. The only thing that makes you different from every other human, we all got the same lungs. We all got the same kidney. We all have the same spleen. If it hadn't been taken out, we all have the same, facial. We all got, 2 arms, 2 legs. Most of us, the only thing that makes you different is the idea of your own mind. If you learn to master your mindset, you learn how to control the world all around you. We all bleed the same blood. That's why I can't get into all these folks say because you black. I mean, and it's a lot of, don't get me wrong, it's a lot of people out there that love putting labels on people to divide us. But at the end of the day, your lung work with as well as my lung. If I needed blood, they can give me your blood. I don't care if you white, black, blue, or purple, whatever you are. We all got the same internal organs. It works the same. We are so superficial that we judge each other based on color. My color make me better than you, or your color supposed to make me feel less. I'm like, man, we like people. Listen, I hate to say it. Some people are crazy, and we can't get caught up in a lot of that stuff that they have going on. We're working on our self-improvement. It just shows how fickle people are. The only thing that makes you you is mastering your mindset. How you change and how you maneuver in situations that some would call difficult. But you manage difficult times as one that has the great I am on the inside. What it means to have the great I am on the inside of me means that at any given moment, something I don't know, I can ask the great I am to awaken my I am to the point where I'm in a position where I can learn and excel in that very area they said I'm not supposed to. Why, motivational teacher? Because I have a growth mindset. The moment you master your mind, it's the moment you learn how to turn. I'm gonna make this example. The moment you master your mind is the moment you could turn water into wine. I'm about to break bread. I am about to break bread. How do I turn water into wine, motivational teacher, to the masses? It's because I saw a need and I created a solution from the inside of me. My question to us is, what wine do we need in our life? We keep calling it water. What changes do I need to make in my life? I keep calling it water instead of calling it wine. Boy, I'm about to break bread. What area where I'm going to always be big bone? That's water. You got to look at that water and call it wine. No, this is not who I was created to be. I was meant to have biceps. I was meant to have abs. I'm going to start calling the water wine until the water changes into the process of becoming wine. I'm breaking bread right now. The only thing that changed is what I called it. And the moment I start calling, I start shifting my mindset from what I lack into what I can become. Boy, I just broke bread right there. You got to master your mindset. Stop allowing other people to master your mindset. It's so funny that so many people are living in dogma. I was talking to a person the other day at the gym. And all they were talking about, they gave me all the reasons as to why people have been hating on them their whole life. Oh, I was up for a promotion. My boss didn't like me, man. I went and changed jobs. That job had a reduction, and they laid me off. And now this is why I'm here right now. Like, hey, homeboy, this is how the motivation. Hey, homeboy, they're not the problem. The problem is that you don't stay anywhere long enough to see anything through. You don't stay there long enough. You're not committed to the process of that it takes to become great. And the challenge with most people is you have to meet with triumph and disaster and treat both those imposters just the same. Don't ever get too high and don't ever get too low. Don't ever let anything or any situation steal your smile. I just broke bread. Like Kirk Franklin said, you smile through it. I don't care what's going on. I smile. Even though I've been down for a while, I smile. Don't let anything or anybody ever steal your smile. What are you saying, motivational teacher? Don't let anybody or anything determine what your mindset is. If you decide to cry, you cry on your own. Don't let somebody else be the person that dictate why you cry. If you want to laugh, you laugh on your own. Don't let somebody else be the reason why you choose to do what you do. You do it on your own. You master your own mindset. The great I am has awakened your I am for you to be in a position where you can make decisions that grow and qualify for your own life. Man, come on, man. Let nobody take your joy. Hey, Tiffany, thank you for joining us. Don't let anybody take your joy. Come on, man. This world didn't give it to me, so this world can't take it. Joy comes from what you know. It don't come from external circumstances. No matter, at the end of the day, at the back of the book, it says I win. Not because of me, but because of who the great I am is through me. I am his expression into this earth. At the end of the day, baby, I always win. Oh, the score says you're losing right now. Man, listen, I call water wine. The score, oh, it looks like I'm losing, but I can tell you right now, I ain't losing. I'm learning how to win. You cannot keep a person down that refuses to stay down. I'm just learning that. It's okay. Come on, Deborah. It's okay. I'm going to smile through it. Yeah, I know. You got some ailments going on. Smile. Don't ever let anybody change your, let me check. Don't ever allow anybody else to set your mind. Oh, that's strong right there. That's strong right there. Don't ever allow anyone else to set your mind. The great I am has awakened your I am. If the great I am is not setting it, don't. Now, when you have situations, I'm going to have some situations that going to hurt sometimes. But I refuse not to go down without a good fight. Because if I fight on my way down, I might not fall as far down till I can't get back up. But as I'm going down, I'm going to learn, I'm going to swing these, and I'm going to learn to fly in the midst of my plight falling. Why? Because I ain't going to stop swinging. How does a baby eaglet learn how to fly? The mama eagle take the baby eagle up as far as she can go, and she dropped the baby eagle down, and it's the struggle on the way down where that baby eaglet learns to fly. And I'm telling you, you're going to have some times in your life, it's going to feel like I'm just flapping at the wind, and it don't seem like nothing changing in my life, and I just keep flapping, and it keep getting worse. In a minute, you're going to find yourself stabilizing, and you're going to say, man, I'm much higher than I was before I started to fall. Oh, I just broke bread for somebody out there in America right now. I just broke bread for you because you've wondered why. It's just seemed like my route has been so tough. Baby, you're learning how to fly. Nobody ever said, I want to be an eagle. I'm telling you, the great I am only likened himself to three, his leadership. I'm going to say his leadership to three different animals. And you got a sheep, a lion, and an eagle. You got a sheep, a lion, and an eagle. And nobody ever said that if you're going to be mount up wings as an eagle, that it was going to be. I love it. Said they that wait upon the Lord shall mount up wings. Man, what is that? The mount up wings. That means you have to patiently serve that you might mount up wings so you won't get weary. You're going to learn how to fly in the process of waiting. Boy, I just broke bread. You're going to learn how to fly in the process of doing the thing you love to do. That word wait doesn't mean like sit down chilling. That word means wait like you're waiting a waitress in a restaurant. Those people are the ones that's going to mount up wings. You ain't going to build, what's up, Q? You ain't going to build your wings in a place of comfort. Oh, I want it to be good, man. I want it to be all good. You don't build wings when it's comfortable. You build wings when you're up in an altitude and it feel like you're falling because you feel like your life is on the line. That's when you throw your strongest punch. That's when you throw your strongest punch. When I feel like it's all on the line, I got to throw the haymaker and give what I got. Man, I'm breaking bread. I've got to listen to this in the morning myself. It's some good stuff right now. Don't allow anyone else to set your mind. You own your mind and your own space. Man, I'm telling you what, I feel that's so good. I'm gonna come back next time with the rest of these. But I'm feeling that one right there so much that I got at least 5 more minutes, and I don't want to take y'all over too long. I got at least 5 more minutes, and I want to talk about continue that conversation about mastering your mindset. I want you to get in a position, get out of that, get off your comfort ground. Move outside. Faith, Williams translation. Faith begins outside of your comfort zone. You cannot produce greatness in the midst of being comfortable. You cannot do it. Greatness is not greatness, or comfort is not an incubator for greatness. Comfort is not an incubator for greatness. The people that do the most successful people in the world are the ones that live out of their comfort zone the most. I just broke bread. Do you not think when Tyler Perry built that studio over there that was out of his comfort zone? Do you not believe when Martin Luther King went up there to Memphis and gave that speech when there were death threats on his life? Do you not know that was out of his comfort zone? When Malcolm X, after meeting, knowing that he had the nation wanted to take him out, and he had other people that wanted to take him out, every time he stood was outside of his comfort zone. Stephen Jobs was fired by the board from the company he started. Listen to your boy. I talked about him earlier. Stephen Jobs was fired from Apple. Let's just call it Apple. He was fired from Apple when it started some more business. Apple started going down, and they had to bring Steve Jobs back to get it back where it was. Do you not think that he was uncomfortable? He was uncomfortable. The people that have the greatest impact on this world are the people that live outside of their comfort zone. J.K. Rowling, who wrote the whole Harry Potter series, was a divorced mother, had no money, that went to the coffee shop and started writing Harry Potter on napkins at the coffee shop. She had the first 3 chapters of Harry Potter in her briefcase or a book bag, walking around with the first 3 years, not knowing that what she had on the inside of her was worth more than what the queen is worth, was worth more than $1 billion. Why? Because we got to get out of our comfort zone. It was comfortable going into that diner, writing every day. We got to expand our territory. Enlarge my territory. That's our conversation with the great I am. Enlarge my territory. I know the more people that come, it's going to put me in a more difficult situation where I have to expand my mindset in order to embrace what the future holds. I told you all, in 5 years, this world is going to be completely different than what it is today. Matter of fact, this year is completely different than what last year. Like Grubhub, Zoom. If you bought stock in any of those companies in the front end or teams in the front end of the pandemic, you made boatload cheese because now the way people conduct business in this world and how people eat out are completely different. And people that were on the front side of that profited, whether you bought stock or whoever's idea it was to start those companies. They all made major money because they solved a problem before the problem existed. Like all of those companies made boatload of cheese. And my question is, in 3 years, there's going to be something else that happens. And we need to be on the front side of that with our ideas at the forefront. I'm breaking bread right now. And the only way to master or to set that mind is to elevate you. Is to elevate you. I think some of us, man, you got a ladder outside. You need to go step on that first rung and start elevating you. You need to see yourself in a different position. You need to see yourself a little higher than you were yesterday. You need to see then next week, go step on the second rung. Because the more you invest in you and the more you grow, the most important real estate is the 6 inches between your ears. The more you grow that real estate, truly, it's the higher you go. Man, the great I am has awakened your I am. Stop playing small to this world. Stop playing small to this world. Greatness is on the inside of you. Stop looking for ways to be small and start calling water wine. Boy, I just broke bread. Don't look at it as what it is today, but look out and call those things that be not as if they were. Man, bring the water to me. It came to me as water, but it went back to them as wine. Why? Because I said it was wine. What do you say about you is the only thing that impacts your life. I don't care what they say about you. It's what you believe about you that generates the manifestation in your own life. Yes, it's greatness in Lisa. Yes, it's greatness in Lisa. Stop allowing people to speak in your life that means you no good. Like some of the relationship that I talked about last week, some of our top 5 people we talk to in our phone mean us no good. They do nothing to edify and build you up. I'm not meaning that you need people in your life that's going to tell you the truth, but they going to tell you the truth out of love, not the truth to hurt you and to damage your self-esteem. They're telling you that because it's a growth opportunity. Not, no, you ain't never did that. You said you're going to do that 5 times. It didn't work them 5 times. It ain't going to work now. Exit stage left. You got to be out. It's hard enough. It's hard enough fighting this battle like it is, and I don't need any negative Nancy's in my amen corner telling me what I can't do. I can do all things through him who strengthens me. What am I saying? The great I am has awakened my I am, and there's no limit to what I can produce in this life right here today. Whatever it is, I don't know if it's a daycare, whatever it is that you want, you got the goods to produce it. Motivational teacher, how do you know? Because the great I am has awakened your I am. Stop pretending like you sleep. Your I am has been, if you listen to the motivational teacher, the last 80 episodes, your I am has been awakened. Stop walking around earth like you're slumber, like you're in some deep slumber that you can't shake off. Like you hangover part 4. Stop walking around earth like that. Your I am is awakened. It's time for you to approach the day with an awakened I am. How can I incrementally be better today? 2 thoughts. I'm about to get off the thing. 2 thoughts. How can I incrementally be better today? And then how can I master my mindset? If I wake up in the morning, I have those 2 thoughts on my mind, and I walk those 2 thoughts out throughout my life, I'm elevating me every day. And it's just a matter of time if I put enough of those days together before I'm sitting in the field of my dreams. Yo, I am the motivational teacher to the masses. You all have been phenomenal tonight. Thank you all for chiming into this conversation. Please, if you have not, please go subscribe to my YouTube channel at Williams Inspires. If you have not, please go like Williams Inspires on Facebook. And if you have not, Waging War 32 on Twitter. Man, thank y'all for chiming into this conversation. Please like and share this as many times. If you got one thing out of this, please go and put it down there in the comments and send it to somebody and say, tag the minute, watch minute 15 through 18. Let them know, tag that moment and send it to them and let them watch it. So now we're all becoming a part of the solution and not just a part of the problem. Ladies and gentlemen, you all been phenomenal out there tonight. Thank you, Angelique. Thank you, Beverly. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Deborah. You all have been phenomenal. I appreciate it. Like I said, I appreciate the time that you invest with me. And I promise you, I will always bring you fresh bread. I might not finish it all, but I will bring you fresh bread. And until next time, I am challenging you to wage war on mediocrity. I'm out.